What's going on, guys? It's RenegadeGNinja here, and I wanted to bring you guys a topic a little bit different today, and it's about why I think that Black Ops 2 doesn't flow correctly and isn't as great as it potentially could be. Now follow me here, okay, because this is kind of a longer commentary, but I need the time to explain what I'm doing. So take the 10 minutes here and watch this and see if you can kind of agree with me or understand where I'm coming from. Let's just get right into it, okay? And a lot of this game that I think that the issue is right here is the tempo of the game. I am having a really hard time getting into this game like I did the other Call of Duties. Let's just go back to COD 4, back to the roots, okay? You've got COD 4, all right? COD 4, you could rush, you could sit back and play slow, and I'm gonna say play slow because I'm not talking about camping. To me, camping is sitting in a corner, pointing at a doorway, waiting for people to come through like a pussy. That's not what I'm talking about. That will never get you anywhere in this game. You know, I don't care what game you're playing, camping is not effective. It's just annoying. But we're gonna talk about playing slow. When I say playing slow, I mean like kind of moving from room to room with assault rifles, playing tactically across the map, not rushing with a submachine gun. That's what I mean by that. All right. COD 4, you could basically do that either one. It doesn't matter, right? You could do either one. You could rush, you could sit back, and matter of fact, to be a great player, you kind of had to know how to do both. That's what made COD 4 so amazingly great. But then you've got a game like Black Ops. All right, you've got all the rushers from COD 4. They go to Black Ops. Black Ops was not Black Ops 1, mind you. Black Ops 1 was not made for rushing. Not at all. If you were a rusher in Modern Warfare 1, yes, Modern Warfare 1, you would probably hated Black Ops because it wasn't made for that. It wasn't made to be rushing around. The character models were big. They were slow. Assault rifles were really powerful and submachine guns were weak. The maps were kind of big. And here's the main factor. Lag compensation. Lag compensation was extra powerful in Black Ops 1. Okay, and I'm going to get into this here. This is like the main topic of what I'm talking about here. When you run into a room, I know a lot of you guys already know what lag compensation is all over the internet, so let's just talk about my focus here real quick. When you run into a room, you see a guy. You see a guy, you have time to aim and start shooting at the guy before the internet's ping goes to the host and then goes to him. He doesn't see you run into that room until a fraction of a second after you run in that room. That gives you time to look around the room, see the guy, aim at him. He's sitting there looking at the doorway camping, okay? You have that fraction of a second to get on and aim at him. That kind of negates camping a little bit, all right? That fraction of a second makes that gameplay, that fast rushing, effective. If you didn't have that, it makes rushing so much less effective because if a guy's just standing there at the doorway, as soon as he sees your finger walk into that doorway, he starts firing, you're dead. You don't have time to look around the room, point, and shoot. But that extra ping time between you and the player gives you that time to shoot him, to aim and shoot and fire. And that's really good. You factor in strong lag compensation. What that strong lag compensation does is the host says, okay, you ran into the room, you aimed, you guys, like, you have that your aim on him, he's already pointing at the doorway, you guys both start firing, now it's a gunfight, now it's fair. Well, the lag compensation, when it's really strong, says, yeah, but on his screen, he started shooting you as soon as you came in the doorway, so therefore you lose. And then it kind of negates rushing. Now in Black Ops 1, it wasn't the end of the world because the game was not made for rushing. It was made for slower play. When you ran into a room to take a guy out, you better be on your A game, or you better use tactics, you better be throwing concussion grenades in there first, you better be using teamwork, you both take in both rooms. You couldn't just run into a room and rush and kill people. Pow, 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 pow. You couldn't do that. You had to tactically get in there, clear the room. Honestly, you want my opinion, guys? I loved it. I didn't like the lag compensation factor, don't get me wrong, but I liked that slower style gameplay, the tactical gameplay. I felt it was more, I'm not going to use this word, realistic. That's stupid, I know, it's Call of Duty. But I enjoyed it more. Of course, I didn't like the lag compensation. That annoyed the hell out of me. Okay, you've got that game that plays slow. You got Black Ops 1, but the whole game in general plays slow. The tempo is slow. Now you've got a game like Modern Warfare 3. Okay, I'm talking about Modern Warfare 3 once they kind of fixed the lag compensation issues, because that was the same issues that this game's having. When Modern Warfare 3 had the lag compensation issues, it was the same thing, but now it doesn't have it as much, okay? Modern Warfare 3, you've got a game that people are rushing around. You can play Modern Warfare 3 fast. Once they fixed the lag comp issues, it was great. It was like kind of like a rusher's game. Same with some of the older Call of Duties. You know, you could rush around and kill people. Well, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, you've got a game that is made for rushers. It's made for people who, I mean, the submachine guns are powerful, the character models move quickly, you've got these awesome score streaks that stack and are made for people who are playing the objective. I love that. I love that part about the game, don't get me wrong. But this game is made for rushing. If you guys play it, you guys know. Even quick scoping. You can even rush around with a sniper rifle. The assault rifles are weak. This game, I mean, the maps are incredibly small. I mean, look at Black Ops 1 maps compared to these maps. On average, Black Ops 1 maps were much bigger than these maps. These maps are tiny. They're all like firing range. And I love firing range, don't get me wrong. But this game is made for people who want to rush around, run into a room, clear it. I mean, you got a rusher, he wants to be able to run into a room by himself, shoot 3 guys, and run into the next room and shoot 3 guys. That's what he wants to be able to do. Okay, great. You factor that in with Black Ops 1 lag compensation, you've got a game that is made for rushing, but the rushers can't rush. And that is a problem. Now you've got a game that you can't get a tempo. You got guys who want to sit back and use assault rifles and play slow like Black Ops 1. They're constantly getting rushed on by these submachine guns that are way more powerful than their assault rifles. And the character models that move so quick, people jump into the room, jumping, moving, ducking, and they can't play tactfully. So you've got a game that people can't really play tactfully and do well, like slow and at a pace like Black Ops 1, and then you got a game that people who want to rush and go crazy, they can't play it well either because they bust into a room, blast the guy in the lag compensation, says, no, that guy was shooting you first, the guy sitting in the corner, he was shooting you first, sorry. So you've got a game that can't be played fast, yet can't be played slow, and at the same time can't really played medium because of all the issues, like I'm saying. You can't really find a tempo that works. And guys, if this game was a rusher's game, I would rush. If it was a Black Ops 1 game where you can kind of sit back and use your assault rifle, I would sit back and use my assault rifle. I can play a game, I can adjust the tempo. I wouldn't really care that much if it was a fast or a slow playing game. But when you can't do either one effectively, that's where frustration gets in. That's where you can't yeah, I have beast ridiculous gameplays too. I mean, I think this gameplay I go like 51 or something. It's not amazing, but I've had really great gameplays. You get dogs and swarm. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the tempo of the game is overall frustrating. And I don't know, guys. I know this is kind of a negative commentary. I know I don't usually bring those things to my channel, but it's something I wanted to get off my chest. I'm enjoying the game. I do play the game, but I can't get into it like I could the other Call of Duties, and I think this is one of the main issues why. And I just wanted to bring it to you, to be honest. Like I said, I'm sorry for being negative, but if you notice this whole situation, if you notice the same things I'm talking about, make sure you just leave a like on the video and, all that stuff. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Same things I always say, all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think. I mean, do you think the issue's fixed and how to fix it? All right, let's talk about real quick how to fix it, okay? All right, how I think you should fix it. Now, this is completely opinion. Completely opinion. I'm not saying this would work. I'm not saying this would fix everything. But if the lag compensation issues got fixed, this would essentially be a rusher's game. Oh, and also the spawns. Seriously, open up the spawns a little bit. There's no need for me to kill a guy and then see me kill him in my kill cam as he kills me. Like, that's a little bit ridiculous when you literally watch yourself kill a guy in your own kill cam. So, yeah, the spawns need to be opened up. If the spawns were opened up a little bit, especially on like hijacked maps, and I know hijacked is such a just cluster, you can't really spawn people in safe places. I get that, kind of like how Nuketown was. But the point is, if you kind of open up spawns on some of the other maps, and fix that lag compensation issue so that rushers actually excelled and there was a point to running into a building, and when you run into a building, you got like a 50-50 chance. Okay, either I'm going to run into this building, destroy this guy with my skills, or I'm going to run into this building, shoot the hell out of this guy, and his internet's going to say, yeah, he won. It makes the game very frustrating, especially when you're like one from your orbital VSAT or dogs or something ridiculous. It makes me, I used to tell my friends, I'm like, I went from being the shark, the guy who's going after people, the guy who's attacking, to like the scared little fish that's like, oh, I hope I don't die. Oh, I hope I don't die. Oh, I hope I don't die. Every time I run into a room, start shooting at him, I'm like, oh, please, please, please die. Please die. Please die. Because you don't actually know if he's going to die or not. So how I think you should fix it, pick a tempo and make the game that tempo. You wanted to make a rusher's game? Apparently that's what you wanted, Treyarch. You wanted submachine guns, you wanted fast moving, you wanted small maps, you wanted rushing gameplay. Fast, 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 fast. Knock down that lag compensation. I mean, lag compensation needs to be in the game or the game is almost unplayable, but it can be really low. It can be, and I don't know how to code it, guys. I'm not a technical coding guy, but I know that you can adjust it. Knock down that lag compensation. Knock it down really low so rushers have an advantage like they're supposed to. That's all I'm going to say about that, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the commentary. I know it's a little different. I know it's a little negative. But if, you know, maybe you guys agree with me, maybe you don't. Maybe they'll fix it and the tempo will be great and the game will be amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.